Hey, good evening, Vapors. If you don't know me already, my name's Emil. I'm the owner of Island Vape UK. Reason for the post tonight is I've been thinking about something for quite a long time now, and I've been racking my brains of which direction to go. And basically, what it is like I know the NHS is in a bad state, not because of just smoking or whatever, but in a nutshell, it's not in the best of ways. There's been strong talks about like the privatisation of the NHS, and I keep hearing like bad stories about like an old person not being able to get what they need, or a young person not getting this, the waiting times, the machinery, parking, just everything in a nutshell around the NHS. And I'm obviously in the vape scene. I've been in it quite a long time, and I'm really passionate about the vape scene. For a lot of reasons, I won't go into all of them now, but even before I started, there was a reason why I started that got me into vaping. Since I've been in it, I've met such a great bunch of people, and the help that I've given and my team of behind me, and the other people's teams and the other people I've met that have helped the same kind of dream that I've had. We've all been on the same kind of page, and we've kind of pushed vaping to help people's lives. And the NHS has kind of like said, yeah, we're behind vaping. We do believe in the same thing. They've gone into all like the scientific reasons and what have you, and they've kind of backed it. So I'm like, yeah, the NHS is on vaping side. They can see the potential. They can see how many lives it's going to save, and thumbs up to you guys for like kind of standing by us and believing in what we're believing in. But then I look at like saying the States and certain decisions over there that are made, and certain things that are being said, and maybe pharmaceutical companies or whatever the reasons are for the guys over there and what's being said, one thing. But here in the UK, this is what I'm talking about now. The privatisation of the NHS is kind of being talked about all the time. We can't afford this, we can't afford that. People are going to have to start paying the way. And it's kind of really getting to me, to the point of like, it's been racking my brains for quite some time now. What can we do to give a little bit back to the guys? Like, we've been doing stop smoking schemes for the NHS, like collecting data in a nutshell, but basically testing people's carbon monoxide levels in them, and then kind of getting them into vaping. And when they come back, we've seen the success that vaping works, and we're gathering information for the NHS. But where does it, how can we help? And I've been thinking. And tonight I think I've come out of a kind of a solution to an, in a sense, and I can't see it not working. So I wanted to share what I thought about with everyone out there. And what it is we sell a lot of bottles of juice, lots of different flavours, for mouth to lung, direct to lung, whatever it is, we sell loads of bottles of juice. So I was thinking, like, one thing come into my head, and I was thinking, a long time ago, I remember some guys done like some type of scam, and they took a penny out of everyone's bank account, and no one noticed it, and they took a lot of money from doing this. So I thought was, why not every 10 mils worth of liquid that we sell, give a penny. So 10 mil you give a penny, 50 mil you give 5p, 100 mil you give 10p. That's what we can do in my shop. But if every single shop in the country, and there's like 7,500 shops, if they all got on the same page, which I'm sure you guys will, because we all got into vaping, not just necessarily for money, we got in there because we wanted to help people's health. We saw that something was there which could replace cigarettes, which everyone knew was damaging people's health in so many different ways. Not just that, obviously people vaping to help weight loss, loads of different reasons, but vaping has helped so many people. So a penny for each bottle for 10 mil, per 10 mil, see, penny, 5p, 10p as I said. Now if we do that in our shops, great, we're going to help out quite a bit. Now if every shop in the country got on the same page and did exactly the same thing, it mounts up to an amazing amount of money. Like, we roughly did it, and we was kind of saying not as maybe selling as many as we are, because some shops aren't selling as many bottles retail-wise as, say, one shop, but we worked it out and it was going well over £30 million in a year. And I thought, well, if we can do that in a retail shop, and obviously you could have a separate part where people could chuck in loose change, which would obviously add up as well. But as each shop said that, we're not only definitely helping the cause, and we're not necessarily going to stop the privatisation just by our retail shops doing it, but we're going to at least help quite a big percent of the hospitals in a certain way. If we then got the wholesalers involved and we got the distributors involved, this amount of money is going to grow and grow and grow. And when vaping as an industry is doing this, I'm sure other industries will start seeing the same thing as well and maybe kind of jump on board as well. And before we know it, we're not waiting on the government to approve or to say, like, we can give X amount towards this or da da da. We're kind of sticking by and saying, what is the problem in the country? We all want to be healthy. We want our grandparents or the elderly people, we want our children, we want everyone to have a little bit of a kind of a safe net, if you want to call it, where you don't have to wait X amount of time. If you need something doing, one hospital over the other side of the country might have the machinery, but the one that you're in might not be able to afford it. And so you kind of understand what I mean with what we're trying to help. But the figures are crazy, like what we could do as an industry. We're going to start it off. We're going to get this dream of mine. I'm going to go full blast with it. And what I want you guys to do is just kind of share this video as much as you can. When we post up, what I want to do is get a list of shops that are involved. Not everyone's going to know about it straight away. Once this list goes off, perhaps in alphabetical order, you can then look through the list and see if your local shop's involved. If, for instance, they're not, let them know. Who's going to be missing the pennies here and there? You might do when they add up. If you tally them up each day or each week or whatever way feels best for your individual shop, this money's going to add up. It's going to grow. Vaping as an industry is going to be the first stepping stone towards stopping the privatisation, for instance. It's going to be the first stepping stone to actually helping a big industry that needs our help, which is geared up to helping us. Now, I don't know anybody in this world that doesn't want to help people, and like obviously like certain charities are set up and X amount of money goes there and X amount goes there, but if we say every single bottle of juice, whether it be 10ml or whatever, just 1 pence out of each 10ml goes towards this pot, goes towards this dream. As people with the same kind of belief, that same kind of like drive and passion, because as vapers, I know we've all got the passion, I know we've all got the same dream. I know there's several different reasons that you get horror stories from there and horror stories from there, for whatever reasons, people trying to scaremongering. But within this industry, we all know, because we see it day in, day out, how many people we've helped. But we see the NHS helping people a lot of the time, and we can see them struggling. We can see that the vaping industry is growing fast, and there's been a lot of money involved, and the people that have been driving right in the right way have made a decent amount of money from it. So just 1 pence for each 10ml bottle. The money, I want to be able to get £100 million together in a year, which seems crazy off a penny, but when you work the maths out, I'm sure there's a lot of good mathematicians out there who may watch this video. Do the maths yourselves. Work out roughly how many 10ml bottles are sold in a week. Work out how many roughly like 50ml, 60ml, 30ml, 25s, whichever, like, roughly work out, and you'll get a rough percentage, even if you're not understanding how many bottles are being sold to an exact amount, but you'll get a rough idea of how much it will make. It's just 1 pence. 1 pence off each transaction, well, not even each transaction, off each 10ml worth of sold is crazy amount of money. So if you could just share this post, let people know of the dream, what we want to try and do. I'm sure people have tried to think of ways, and I've been racking my brain for some time now, and it seems the simplest of things to do, but I don't know, it's just come out and I can't see it failing. Like, everyone that gets involved spends X amount of money advertising, they spend, there's so many different ways they spend their money, but you're gonna get advertising from it at being a shop, being involved, but at the same time, you're doing something in the right way. You're pushing the industry in the right way. Vaping needs some good press as well, but you're doing something by getting the natural like kind of advertising at the same time, but you're still getting the right message across, and you definitely are helping. There's no way about it, and it's only 1p. 1p on each 10 mil. Now, if I've worked out on retail shops, if we get the wholesalers and distributors, and when we start showing quarterly checks that we can present to them, I'm sure other industries will get involved. And as humans, as we all get together, strong things can happen. It's something that needs to happen. We need our youngsters, we need our elderly. I've just had a little child, I've got one coming in 2 weeks' time. When I'm gone, I don't necessarily, I want them to have the same service to a certain extent that I've had, if not better. And it's time that we all stood together and tried to make that change. So if you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, please share this video. Spread the love. Spread the passion and love that vaping has, and spread like the health side of everything. I'm sure everyone will understand, and see you all soon.